Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back here. Another episode of the Highly Taken podcast. I've switched venues today, but I'm David Sieber coming out here from Jacksonville this time.
Christian Smith coming back at you from Wilmington.
Nick Smith still down here in good old Jacksonville. Hey, let's get it, guys.
All right, we have a special guest today, Stan the Man, Tyler, however you want to call him. However, he is an up-and-coming pickleball player. He came in second in his local pickleball tourney. He has a great mustache. Again, we'd like to thank you, Stan, Tyler. I can't call you Stan. It's so hard to call him Stan. I've been calling him Tyler my whole life. But it's nice to have you on the podcast.
And that's Uncle Tyler to you.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yikes.
Once he puts on the glasses. It's Clark,
You stand
it's like
up
Clark
when you're
Kent.
talking to me, boy.
I outrank him, I think.
Ooh.
I don't think. I don't know. It doesn't check out.
Nice. Well,
Oh,
that's
oh.
going to get us into our first segment. David?
All right, so we're going to do Gone in 60 Seconds. I teach you something new here in the sports world, and Nick, like he always likes to do, will chug a drink. Christian will join him with the non-licensed Wawa plastic cup. And so whenever you guys are ready to begin, I will start.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we're not going to come after me again. You went after me the first two times, so I'm hoping this is something a little different, but can't wait to find out.
All right, well, on your mark, get set, go. So today in Gone in 60 Seconds, we bring you a sport that mothers have been doing as a task for years. Tony Stark would probably be a master at this, so don't get steamed or pressed when I explain to you this new extreme sports. That's right, this is the world of extreme ironing. It's exactly what it sounds like. It mixes extreme sporting with the leisurely activity of ironing. Competitors are judged not only on how difficult the location or method is, but also on how well pressed the clothing is while ironed. There's 4 different categories. You have urban, involved ironing in, on, or around a broken down car. Water, a fast flowing river was the location for that station. Competitors could use surfboards, canoes, rubber rings to help them. Forest, ironing at the top of trees, which did not suit all competitors. You have Rocky, which is a purpose-built climbing wall, which ironers had to climb and iron a t-shirt. And then freestyles, just doing whatever they want. Christian, you better hurry up. It has been becoming more popular in the more recent years. My biggest concerns, though, are where does the power supply come from on a rock face or underwater? How can you tell the clothes are ironed well if you're underwater? And is using starch a foreign substance? Wow, we may never know. Christian, I think that's been 60 seconds. I didn't count this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he struggled.
Week.
Wow.
I never realized how
That
much
was disgusting
easier.
to watch.
Yeah,
How
your
much
drinking
easier.
skills are up there with your driving skills right now.
Ooh,
Quite disgusting.
it's a wreck.
Nice.
You know, I never realized how much easier it is when you're drinking something flat to be able to actually get it done. That one was really easy. I'm gonna say I killed that one for sure.
Your mom's gonna be so
Some
proud of you.
might say impressive. Some might
Hey.
say you got a problem.
Either way, it's something, right? I'm sorry. So you said this was sewing?
What? I guess you didn't pay. It's ironing.
Oh,
Ironing,
ironing,
dude.
underwater ironing.
No, it's extreme ironing.
I heard some ironing underwater, and
Because there's like different categories. Like one of them is like you do it like underwater or like in the water.
So where can we watch this? Is this going to be on the Ocho?
It probably can be on the Ocho. They had a competition not too long ago, and Great Britain ended up winning. So that's
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's where our founding fathers came from. I mean, they know what to do over there. So,
your history. Congrats,
hey, thanks. More than Christian knows. That's all that matters.
I wouldn't say all that.
Christian. I saw your report card.
Hey, whoa. Why we gotta go there?
It's okay. So that's gonna get us into our predictions for the NFL playoffs. We'll start this off like we always do with Christian because he has some absurd things to say. So go ahead, Christian.
All right, so I guess we want to start with are we doing just the AFC or are we doing both AFC and NFC?
Both.
We're doing both? Okay, so standings for the playoffs in the AFC, this is what I got. Number 1 seed is going to be the 14-3 Chiefs, and they're going to get the bye. The number 2 seed is going to be the Bengals at 13-4. The Jags are going to be 3 at 12-5. The Dolphins 4 at 12-5. The Jets at 5 at 11-6. The Bills at 6 at 11-6, and the Chargers at 7 at 11-7. So you'd get week 1 in the wild card matchup, the Bengals versus the Chargers. the Jags versus the Bills, and the Dolphins versus the Jets. I think in week 1 of the playoffs, you'll see the Bengals win, the Jags beat the Bills, and the Jets beat the Dolphins. So you move it on. You get that at that point, the Chiefs versus the Jets. That's obviously going to be the diminish of Rodgers there. Chiefs are going to win that game easily. And you'd have the Bengals versus the Jags. I think it's where it gets a little surprising. I think the Jags and long-haired Trevor Lawrence, they're going to come through and they're going to win it. I know it sounds crazy, but now we have the Chiefs and Jags in the AFC Championship game.
Dude, you're only picking him because of the hair.
No, it's not because of the hair. It's because, well, yes, the hair.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance that this game's going to be on a Saturday, and Trevor Lawrence has only lost 1 game in his career on a Saturday, and I like those odds. I'm all about the odds. I'm all about the odds.
Who do you lose that game to, Christian?
Kansas City.
Hmm.
But I just said he would beat. Wait, what did I just say? Oh, I just said he beat the Dolphins, so it's okay. Yeah.
What? I thought you said the Dolphins lost to the Jets.
Oh, yeah,
Dolphins did lose to the Jets. They beat the Bills. I'm sorry, they beat the Bills. They beat the Bills. Wow. Beat the Bills.
Reading comprehension. That's.
But then lose to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl on the AFC side. I feel like just how it's going to go. Patty Mahomes is a GOAT. It's a given at this point. And I mean, hey, they're in question right now to get DeAndre Hopkins. That's a big thing. That's also looking over there for them, and that would be huge. On the NFC side, first place getting the bye, Eagles. I feel like they're the clear number 1 favorite in the NFC, in my opinion, as we've all stated before. 2, the 11-6 Niners. 3, the 11-6 Lions. 4, the 10-7 Saints. 5, the 12-5 Cowboys. 6, the 10-7 Seahawks. And 7, the 10-7 Vikings. So with Eagles getting a bye, the Niners would play the Vikings. Niners are going to win that game. The Lions would play the Seahawks. I think the Lions win that game. And the Saints play Dallas, and I think Dallas steamrolls the Saints in that game. So that would set you up for the Niners versus the Cowboys. I think you see Dallas win that one, in all honesty. I think Dallas is a team that's going to be able to make a deep playoff run. And then you would see the Eagles versus the Lions. I think the Eagles also take that one there as well. So you're set up for an Eagles-Dallas NFC Championship game. And Philly, boy, take us back to a repeat. Take us back to a repeat of the Super Bowl from this past year. Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl, calling it now. We're running it back. Let's go.
It seems like he's basically just living in last year's world where it just all stays the same, and we're going to see the same teams play over and over again.
Who'd you have winning the North too?
Oh, dude, the Lions all day.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm big on them too.
The Lions are going to be good.
Shut up, you're a Bears fan. You think Justin Fields is the answer over there?
I think Fields.
I like the Bears better than
the Bears
Vikings.
are going to win that division.
Vikings suck.
We like to save our guests for last, so we'll go on to David and what he's thinking over there.
All right, so in the AFC side, I have the Bengals securing the first place bye there. I have the Chiefs coming in second place. I have the Bills going 12-5, but they have a divisional record of 4-2. That'll be important because I have the Jags at 4, then I have the Jets at 12-5 as well, but going 3-3 within the division. I have the Ravens at the 6th seed, and then I have the Chargers at the 7th seed. Round 1, I have Bengals getting the bye, obviously, but then you have Chiefs at home against the Chargers. I have them beating the Chargers there. I have Bills winning at home against the Ravens, and then I have the Jets beating Jacksonville in Jacksonville for that one. That would be my upset there. Upset because they technically will have a better record than them. In the second round, I have Bengals beating the Jets in Cincy, and then the Chiefs beating the Bills in Kansas City. And then I have Bengals beating Kansas City and Cincinnati. I feel like home field advantage may play a big part there. And I think that the offensive line is a lot better in Cincinnati, and that offense is just super dangerous. And I think they'll probably do better than the defense Kansas City has. In the NFC side, I have the Eagles. Yes, like I said before, maybe biasly, I had them at 16-1. That probably won't happen. But, I can only hope so much. The second seed, I have the 49ers. Third seed, I have Detroit. I have them having a head-to-head win against the Panthers. to get the 3rd seed because I had them having the same record as the Panthers in the 4th seed winning that division. Then I have Dallas getting the 5th seed, Seattle getting the 6th seed, and then the Saints getting the 7th seed. I have them and Chicago both going 9-8, but the Saints beating Chicago during the regular season and having the head-to-head there.
Can I ask you real quick, David? What was your standing prediction for the Vikings?
The Vikings, I had them going 8-9, I believe.
Yeah.
8-9.
So in the first round, Eagles get a bye. Then you have the Niners versus the Saints in San Fran, and I have the Niners winning there. Then I have Detroit beating Seattle, winning their first playoff game since 1991. And then I have Dallas beating Carolina in Carolina. That means in the second round, I'm going to have Philly versus Dallas. I feel like Philly wins in a cold, cold night game there in Philadelphia. Then I have the Niners beating Detroit and San Francisco. And then we have a repeat of the NFC Championship beforehand. I feel like the big thing is going to be quarterback there. I don't think Darnold or Lance or Purdy's going to get it done. And then I think Philly beats the Niners there. So then we go down to our Super Bowl, which is Philadelphia versus Cincinnati, or as I like to refer it to, it's close to divorce in the secret house. You have 2 great young offenses with 2 great passing attacks. I think this could be a high-scoring game, similar to last one. But the Bengals did get better at offensive line. I just think the Eagles' defensive line is still just too good, and I feel like they won't be playing on shitty turf. I think Philadelphia will win that game.
So I feel like you're picking 2 of your favorite teams here to go to it. That seems a little biased, does it not?
Yeah, one win.
Is Ohio State winning the college football playoffs this year?
Okay, yeah. All right, let's not act like one went to the Super Bowl and was up 10 at halftime. The other one lost at the end of the game off of a bad penalty call.
Hey, I'm just saying. So so for me on the AFC side, I got Cincy with the bye at 13-4, Bills at number 2 at 13-4, Chiefs 12-5, Jags 11-6 at the 4 spot, then Jets at 5, Ravens and Chargers. So I have the Bills beating the Chargers game 1. I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to hold up against that Bills offense. Not to mention, I have a feeling DeAndre Hopkins might be going to Buffalo. That is what I think. He's going to a great team over there. Then Chiefs Ravens. I have the Chiefs winning that game. You just can't stop Mahomes. Then Jags versus Jets. This is what, like David said, I have the Jets going in to Jacksonville and beating the Jaguars. I don't think they're going to be able to get it done against a powerhouse team like the Jets. Last year was great to see them beat. Last year was
so gross to hear.
Well, I know
it is powerhouse team. That's weird. The Jets.
Well, I mean, they have a great defense, but they're not getting another miracle win like they did last year. It's just not happening. They're getting a divisional. They're winning the division, so that's great. I guess that's a good year for them. Then I have this Bengals against the Jets. I have the Jets winning that game. I think they're going to try to make for a huge run in the playoffs. Then the Chiefs versus the Bills. I think it's a great matchup again. Going to be insane. I think the Bills pulled this one off this time. So that brings us to the Jets versus the Bills. And I think the Bills take it. I think it's their time to finally go. No one's talking about them this year, which is great. So I think it's going to really play into their hand. Going into the NFC side, I have the Eagles at the 1 seed at 14-3. Bias, but you can't argue with the team that they've built this year. The only issue is with their safety and linebacker core, which I think they'll touch base on that. Then, crazy enough, the Rams at the 2 seed at 11-6. Bears 3 seed 10-7, and the Saints get the 4 seed at 9-8. I don't agree with it, but they win their division, so they're going to get it. Then Cowboys at 5, 12-5, and then Seahawks at 6 and Lions at 7. So then for the playoffs, I have the Rams versus the Lions first game. Lions are taking it. I think they're going to get a playoff win this year. It's going to be awesome for them. Then Bears versus Seahawks. Seahawks are going to take it. Fields doesn't have any experience there. I think he's just going to lose. Saints versus Cowboys. Cowboys are going to get it done in New Orleans. Just outmatched, outgunned, just not even close. So then the Eagles versus the Lions, the Eagles winning at home. And then Seahawks versus Cowboys, of the Seahawks beating the Cowboys. And then Eagles beating Seahawks in the NFC Championship game. And so we got Bills Eagles in the Super Bowl. So we'll see how that goes.
You guys are chickens for not deciding who's going to win that Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm seeming like a biased person because I picked the Eagles. Both you decide not to choose who you think is going to win. So
I mean, I think the Eagles will get it done, but I just don't know. So what does Stan the man himself think over there?
Sharpshooter.
Here we go. We'll see. All right. So I'm down the seeding list. I got Chiefs with the 1 seed, Bengals at the 2, Bills at the 3, Jags at the 4, winning that division, and then your wild cards are going to be the Ravens, Jets, and the Chargers. In that order. The Chiefs are going to get your bye. I think the Bengals are. They're going to walk all over the Chargers. The Chargers had a lot of momentum, but I mean they got the dub there. Then you got the Bills up against the Jets. The Bills, their weakest link was that run game. They upped it up this off season, so I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think they're going to be a lot better. Nick thinks they're going to get D-Hop. We'll see. They're going to beat the Jets at home. Buffalo's tough to play at. Then you got the Jags Ravens. Got to take the Jags. I like the Jags way better than the Ravens. Way better.
Yeah.
And then you got the Chiefs versus the Jags. Chiefs got that. They got to beat the Jags. Jags going there. There's no way. And the Bengals. They got that rematch against the Bengals. It's not going to happen again, dude. They got it. They have to do it. They clutched out their weak spots. They got to do it. Bills taking out the Bengals. And then the AFC Championship, one of the best games of all time. Bills Chiefs rematch. Bills got to take it. They got to. It's Josh Allen's time. It's do or die. I think he's going to get it done this year.
Can we throw it in there that Tyler,
your in-laws are Bills fans? Yeah.
Okay, your in-laws are Bills fans, so therefore
Wait, listen. It may be slightly biased. Literally, the only thing the Bills couldn't do is run the ball, and they went out and got some running backs.
So let's get this straight. So David, your prediction was Eagles, Bengals, and that's what you like and your family likes. And Tyler, you as well. You were Eagles and Bills, and that's what you like and your family. Nick, are you seeing any bias here with me? I feel like it's what I'm feeling.
I almost went Cincy,
biased.
but I don't think the Bills are going to drop 3 straight to the Bengals. I don't think they're going to do it.
They lost 4 straight Super Bowls.
They did lose
yeah,
4
in the
straight
'90s,
Super Bowls.
in the '90s, like
Hey, Dallas fans talk about the 90s like it was yesterday.
Well, like I said, the Bills, their weak spot was the run game.
Yeah,
They upped it up, dude.
Yeah, they did up it up.
Yeah, they definitely did. So before we go into your NFC picks, right? What did you think about Christian saying Miami was winning that division over in the AFC East? Come on now. I want to hear what you got to say.
There's no way. You got the Bills, who, they're going to win that division. They're going to win that division. And you got the Jets. The Jets had one of the best defenses in the league. Great skill players, and they just had an ass of a quarterback. You bring in Rodgers. I think Rodgers is maybe close to being washed up, but he's not going to lose to Miami. They're going to have a better record than Miami. Miami is going to just miss the wild card, I think, and then try to keep reloading. They're going to be good. They'll have a winning record, I think, but
Have you guys looked at their schedule?
they're not going to win that division.
Yeah,
I did look at their schedule.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. But here's the thing though. Is Tua, how many, the over under on concussions on Tua? I think he's going to have at least 2 this year. I mean,
I just saw a picture of Tua looking beefy though, so we'll see.
Dude, I'm telling you,
True.
go look at the schedule. If Tua stays healthy, this team is going to win that division.
Tua was double cheeked up, let me tell you.
He looked exactly the same like he did last year in pads. Like he literally looked like he was wearing pads.
1 seed, got the Birds. I think they get at least 14 wins. We'll see. 16 is quite a bit.
Yeah, let's go.
14, I think, is doable.
Yeah.
And then I got the Niners with the 2 seed. I mean, they're the Niners. They got Kyle Shanahan. They're gonna be good. Got the Lions, that 3 seed, winning that division. Panthers somehow get the 4 seed because
Let's
that
go! Oh, that's the only one. Let's go!
that division's trash. But also the Saints are trash. Nick is going to be the Panthers. Then I got the Cowboys getting that wild card spot, that first wild card spot. Seahawks, and then the Bears. I do like the Bears. They had a pretty solid team. They did nothing but get better. They brought in my boy DJ Moore, gave some weapons. I like the Bears. I like the Bears. But I stopped liking the Bears when they play the Niners in the first week there. The Niners are going to beat them. I mean, they can't hold up with the Bears. Then I got the Lions playing the Seahawks. Lions are going to win that one. Let's go.
Okay.
Panthers playing the Cowboys. I like the Panthers enough to win the South, not to win any more games than that.
Oh man,
You scared me for a second.
yeah.
Cowboys are going to take that pretty easy. That shouldn't be a problem. Then we got the Eagles, Cowboys in Philly. Let's go. Let's go Birds. We're going back.
Oh,
We're going
Birds.
back. And then Niners, Lions. I really, really like the Lions, but I got to go back with the Niners. And I think it's going to be that NFC rematch, Eagles, Niners. And I like the Birds again. I like they're going to take that. So we got Eagles, Bills in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts isn't going to let that L happen again.
No, he will
Absolutely
not.
not.
No, he will not.
Absolutely not. Man, he had to go and get his master's degree to keep his mind off of
Dude, I'm
losing.
telling you, the Eagles, they did nothing but get better. In my eyes, they've just gotten better. Wide receivers obviously stayed the same. Running backs, I think we got better bringing in Swift. As long as Swift can stay healthy, Swift is much better than Miles Sanders. And then, we'll see, man. We'll see.
You know,
I love their draft picks.
Where I say, I know we don't have the cap space for it, but I feel like when D-Hop said that he wanted to go to a team that had a
Don't want them. Don't want them.
Whoa! Watch your mouth. Watch your
Listen,
mouth.
let me
Watch your
finish
mouth,
what
watch
I
your
was going
mouth.
to say. He said he wants to go to play with a quarterback that likes to work his ass off, then says wants to go to a coaching staff and office that knows what they're doing and has a good defense.
So he
That's
basically
not
said he
like that
wants to
hit
come to
home
Philly.
that he wants to go to Philly.
But why would you? We have to worry
No,
about
thank you.
We have to worry about Devontae and Goddard to re-sign at some
here's
point. I don't
what
want to
I'm
re-sign Hopkins to a deal when we already have a solid receiving core.
You can get
Yeah,
Hopkins.
call me crazy.
Right.
I'll call me crazy. I'll take Devontae Smith to this day over Hopkins.
Okay.
Yeah,
What has Hopkins
but-
done for you the last 2 years?
But you get him in a 1-year
Line.
deal. I mean,
Line.
you're only going to look at something that's
Dude,
going to make your team better.
you
Just get him in a
can get-
And
1 year.
caught with HGH, I think.
You can get
Yeah, and like a
Hopkins
Karen
for cheap
haircut.
contract. You sign him. He just got $20 million from the Cardinals, even after they cut him, because that's what it was in the dead cap hit, bro. If you can get your money, like if you can get him on a right sized contract, dude.
Dude, we could only
not
afford
this
like
guy.
10
There's
mil.
no room. There's no room for him.
We
in the
only
wide
afford,
receiver
like,
Plenty of
room.
room.
There's no room.
There's plenty.
No room.
I don't know. Roseman can do his thing, but I'm just saying.
I don't think D Hop is going to play the slot, so there's no room.
So that's why you move Smith to the slot and put D Hop on the outside.
I don't like
Smith's
Smith.
a-
No,
Smith's a
absolutely
certified
not.
baller, dude.
Have you seen
My
the
opinion,
catches Smith
I
makes?
think.
Oh, hey, Tyler, I
think
like that.
Smith is better
Certified
than AJ
baller.
Brown.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I think he's better than AJ Brown. I think he is.
Oh,
All right, let's not go. You know,
they're
And
two
we wanna see
different
a
types
hot
of no.
Devontae
so they're
Has
two
better
different-
hands, better route running.
oh yeah, actually
They're
prefer Todd
two
Pinkston.
different types of wide receivers.
more of a
That's all we have to say.
basket kind of guy.
They're two
Like
different
Kevin
types of wide
Curtis?
receivers. We've talked about it. I'm not. You can't
Look,
put themselves up against each other.
look, Jeremy
They're two-
Macklin's the goat, one way or another. However we look at it.
I don't know, like Tommy McDonald.
Todd Pinkston, guys.
Yeah,
You're not a Jason Avant fan?
David already got it. Jason Avant, classic, dude.
No.
Classic.
He,
What about
he did
Travis
have
Fulgham?
he did have great hands there, but we're getting off.
I
we're
love
getting
Travis
off subject.
I know. Me
We're-
too.
We need to get back on. So I figured we'd save this for a little later, just because the Gone in 60 Seconds we couldn't really do it. Give a little break in between doing it, so we have to do our guest chug here.
Mm.
Tyler, I mean, you have to beat 7.11 seconds.
I don't think that I will.
The thing is so Christian said I didn't pour 12 ounces in the can last time, so I did 16
You just
ounces.
heard me crack this open.
So you know, I think we can do this. I think we can beat that time based off of that, because Christian is, he's a dollar.
Can I ask real quick? In high school, who was the better drinker?
None of them, because they didn't drink in high school.
Yeah.
They had to be 21 to drink.
That's what I
Yeah,
meant. When you
dude.
first turned 21, I don't know why I said high school.
Nick, I'll give it to him all day.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that award. Thank you.
But yeah, remember that
That's
Nick,
the one that comes on the pod like,
Nick's-
oh, I'll drink a beer.
No, listen,
This.
Nick's a throat goat. He can open that thing up
Nick-
wide.
We have said Nick's a throat goat.
You gotta
He
practice.
is a throat goat.
You practice what you preach, for sure. So
How do you practice? Hey, how do you practice?
By
Just
opening
wondering.
your
I don't know
throat up.
for the fans, dude.
He
For the fans,
practices.
yeah.
He practices
Well,
like
for
he
you,
prays
if
on
you
his
know-
knees.
If you want to know for the fans, just check the OnlyFans, and it'll tell everything
there
you
you
need
go.
to know.
Link in the bio.
Yeah, link in the bio, guys. So Tyler,
I don't want your
feet.
feet pics, Nick. It'll be one deformed foot.
All right, I got to clock up.
Tyler, is your
Listen.
head
Who am
down?
Am I timing Nick or are you timing Nick? Who's
Yeah,
timing Nick?
I'm going for the slowest
I'll
record right
time Nick,
now.
you time Tyler.
Okay.
All right, on your
Hold
mark.
up.
Oh, you ready? On your marks, get set, start. Nick, I got you at 5.3, buddy.
There's no way.
I got
See,
you
but
at,
when you-
got you at
once we go-
9.2.
Once we go back and edit it, I'm pretty sure
Oh God!
David, like me, he might have pressed the timer as soon as I said start.
No. I pressed it as soon as it touched Tyler's lips.
Oh, I said as soon as I pressed start. So Nick, you
You
might
dirty.
go over and edit that.
You dirty dog.
He
That's
just said
all I
Nick.
gotta say.
Yeah.
Start
Nick,
means
count it in
go,
post,
bro.
count it in post.
Hey, that felt a little faster than 9 seconds.
I think it was a little faster than 9 seconds too.
I
You
bet-
weren't too far
But-
behind me.
Nah, he was
I definitely wasn't 4 seconds
double
behind.
your time. Nah,
No.
he was double your time.
No,
But
absolutely,
Nick-
Well,
absolutely.
Nick can check mine too. I don't.
Nick
Yeah,
is
I'll check.
a throat goat.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll crown myself.
Call him the-
Will might be a mini throat goat. Who knows?
He did okay.
Would that make Christian Mini Throat Goat Jr.?
It would make a mini throat goat junior.
Oh God, take it, Goldilocks.
Or would it be Lil mini goat throat?
Lil.
Low. Yeah.
Little throat goat.
Yeah.
I might be-
Let's
The throat kid.
The throat kid, jeez.
let's get into it with our Goldie's locks.
Yes, been waiting for this moment, boys. So tomorrow we have a huge slate of games, MLB wise, and then a very big important game, NBA wise, in Game 6 in the Miami game versus the Celtics. So here's what I'm thinking right now. I think I like Miami on the money line this game. I think they come back home, they put it away, they knock Boston off. Boston's getting real hot. They look good in the last 2 games, but I think still bringing it back home. Jimmy Butler has absolutely no worries or care about what Miami has done these past 2 games. He's going to come out. He's going to do his thing. I think also I should note Bam is going to have a big game tomorrow night. I think we're going to see close to a triple-double. He's not going to record a triple-double, but he's going to get close up to it. Coming in with that, after that, and going into the baseball world, I'm taking the Rangers on the money line at the Orioles. Now, I know the Orioles are one of the better teams in baseball right now, but so are the Rangers, and I think they're going to continue to play well, and they're going to get the dub here on the road. And to follow it up, in the 3-leg parlay that we're going to place is going to be the Giants on the money line, and they play at the Brewers. Now, it's kind of sketchy about this one, but looking into it, looking at the lines for it, Giants are plus 200 on the money line, and Musgrove is looking like the probable pitcher tomorrow. And I like that. I like that against the Brewers, so I'm going to take the Giants for the 3-legged parlay. And that right there, boys, is Goldie's lock.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it comes through.
What was your last week's record?
Yeah, how did you do last week?
Let's not talk about it.
I think you were 75% last week. You're getting closer. You're 50%.
I took Miami money line last week too, and that didn't
Hmm.
We might have to rebrand it.
That's why they lost.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows what to do. But with your Goldie's locks, I'm gonna put my bet out there for this weekend, like we do. My bet is Jimmy Butler goes for over 37 points tomorrow night. He was held to 14 points last game. I don't think it happens. And the fact that he says, we'll see you in Miami at the end of the game, guy's a stud. Jimmy Butler is coming in. He's going to have 37
Where'd you get that?
more.
Where'd you get that 37 from? Is that the line, or did you just make it an arbitrary number?
No, so we do. So if you didn't know, we do a bet every week. David did his attendance for the A's game 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 3,000. He lost. Christian did a terrible bet.
Yeah, so
30 home runs, 35 home runs, which he knew.
He was it terrible? He won. So
yeah, well, he knew what he was doing. To be fair, he
didn't though, because he asked us. That's why I was on his side, because this is our fault last week.
Yeah, no, I couldn't get down with that. So this is mine. It was my week, and I think Butler has 37 or more points. That's
37's an odd number. I don't like odd numbers.
Yeah, that's why I thought I don't know, 35, something like that. Not like 37, sure.
Move it up to 38. Move it up to 38.
This isn't like radio volume. I don't understand why.
Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. I should ask you real quick though, Nick. In terms of betting, is it 36.5 or 37.5?
Terms of betting, 36.5, because I'm taking 37 or more.
Okay.
Well, okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Perfect.
Highly taken.
So I need to flex that. I need to flex that over under. Got you.
There you go. So that leads us into NHL playoffs. David.
Ooh. Let's bring it into our 3-minute minor. So we got the NHL playoffs going on. The Panthers have swept the Hurricanes. As you know, Florida knows how to deal with hurricanes. And again, every game came down to 1 goal or less. And the series clinching goal came within 3.7 seconds left in the game. It was closer than the sweep implies. However, a loss is a loss, whether you win by 1 or 7 goals. And if you can't win the close ones, then you are screwed. Panthers keep the streak alive with 4 straight Stanley Cup Finals appearances by a Florida team. And who knew Florida was so good at hockey? FSU doesn't even have a hockey team. It's crazy. I wish they would have brought one when I was at school.
Shout out to the Hitch himself for saying the Panthers were going to go there. Are they going to finish it off? I don't know.
I'm not going to finish you off.
Oh.
Next one's going to be the Golden Knights versus the Stars. Knights are leading 3-1. Golden Knights went up 3-0 before the Stars won in Dallas in overtime. Again, every conference game except for Game 3 of the Golden Knights and Dallas series was decided by 1 goal. I think Golden Knights take care of business in Vegas in Game 5 and go on to face Florida in the Cup Finals.
Let's go Knights. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's our 3-minute minor. Love it.
That was like a 45-second minor, but I
love it. Kyle, you have anything you want to add to that? You have anyone you want to predict to win it?
Vegas Knights the finals.
Yeah,
I may actually.
Wow, what a bold prediction. Yeah, Knights going to the Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice run for Dallas, but then I'm going to think after that it's going to be a nice run for Florida, and then the Knights are probably going to take it.
Yeah, Knights are going to win it.
Ooh, okay.
I second that. I said that last podcast. Knights are going to win the Cup.
For Brooks, I hope Florida goes. But
who Brooks is, but Knights win the Cup.
Brooks Koepka. FSU will love
the guy
Brooks
that
Koepka.
we just talked about it on Monday, the guy that won the PGA Championship.
Yeah. Also, Nick, your golf prediction was almost spot on, dude. You killed it.
Did you like that? Are you coming at me right now? That was pretty good. Are you serious?
I'm with you right now.
Wow. Shot in the face for no reason, because I did predict it pretty well.
Yeah, dude, you did good. You did good.
Yeah, no, it's a backhanded compliment. I can feel it. That's okay.
All I'm saying is you should have taken Brooks though, dude. Did you listen to PMT? He was fired up.
Yeah, I know, but I said I'd have been happy seeing a Live Tour player win it. So by default, I technically had it right.
I'd be happy if half
true.
the people in the tour won it.
Not even close. I think there was only like 5 Live Tour players in attendance. Come on now. So that's going to take us into our not so much NBA playoffs with the Lakers Nuggets. Christian, you pretty much had this going on, except for the fact you thought the Lakers would at least win a game.
Well, he actually said at the beginning that
Yeah.
it would go to game 7, but
I did, because I said at first that no team would win at home, but then after the Nuggets jumped out to a 2-0 lead, I mean, I feel like it was obvious to all of us, because even in those games, LeBron and AD were both playing very well outside of, the last couple minutes of the game where LeBron looked like straight Duke shit and nothing good at all. But yeah, I mean,
Old man.
like I said, I thought it was going to go to 7, but I also said that Denver was going to win it, and it went to 4. Denver kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see now whether it is Boston who comes back and wins the series there, or it's Miami who wins the series there. I don't know who's going to cover Jokic, and whoever covers Jokic, what are we doing with Jamal Murray? I mean, the Nuggets are hot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I mean, Lakers were outplayed the entire time. It looked like they just wanted to go home. LeBron's ready to take his off season, take his naps, and he's an old man now. That's where I really come into question is LeBron really one of the greats? I mean, I don't think he is. He can't get it done.
is he one of the great?
Oh,
Yeah,
come
he's
on.
one of the
Great.
great.
Is that
We're
better?
on the podcast again, bro.
I feel like
No.
I feel like you're like some like 50,
You sound
60-year-old man who has
casual.
to always bring up Jordan's better than LeBron.
He is.
I agree with
Nick,
you. But
Nick has the best takes of all time.
Hey, thanks, man. No, I just it's annoying. I mean, it really is. But David, go ahead. What do you have?
yeah, so like again, Jokic went off for another highly scoring triple double in that final game. LeBron had 40 points that game. I've heard so many people talk about LeBron more than they talk about the Nuggets after winning the series. But 31 of those came in the first half. 9 of those came in the second half, and only 3 of those came in the fourth quarter. So like, yeah, he was gassed. I think he wasted all his energy in the first half against him. He didn't have anything left in the tank in the second half. So yeah, I know now people are saying LeBron may retire. He even said he hasn't really decided his future. Now it's interesting because he said he wants to play with Bronny. Now Bronny is playing at USC this upcoming season, so it's gonna be interesting. I mean, maybe he's gonna be a one and done. I just feel like Bronny's not good enough to be a one and done, so it makes me wonder how long Bron's gonna wait in order to play with his son.
Doesn't matter. He has the last name James, so he's going to be a one season.
Or does he retire like Jordan and come back?
Jordan didn't retire and come back. Jordan left for the MLB and came back.
He's still retired from
He retired
the
twice,
NBA,
actually.
dumbass. Come on
Yeah.
now.
That was
He
harsh.
did retire from the NBA. But also, honestly, I don't think Bronny's going to be a one and done either. So we'll see.
No.
I think
if LeBron's like, hey man, draft my son, they'll probably draft him. But
Well, he runs the front office anyway, so they don't have a choice.
he had Lee GM.
Yeah, it's not even a question. So then we'll go into the big series everyone's talking about, Miami versus Celtics. What you got, Christian?
Yeah, as I feel like I just touched base on here, Miami I think is going to come out and win Game 6. Now, I said this game goes in 5, and I said it goes in favor of Miami. All you guys looked at me and laughed. Apparently, it looks like it's going to go to 6, and it's once again going to go in favor of Miami, I believe. Boston, I mean, they're getting hot, but my biggest thing is that doesn't worry me as much as I feel like if I was a Celtics fan, of the lack of care that Butler has that he just lost the past 2 games. And to me, that's scary. That's lethal. Like he doesn't care. He came out on the mic and said, yeah, you got to come back to Miami. And then after that came out and said, we're going to win the next game. Dude has all the confidence in the world. He's got something up his sleeve ready to go. This team knows that they have to get ready to go. If they lose, yeah, they have another one. But why lose? Why even, you know what I mean? Why even get ready for that when you can just take it here at home? And I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's how it's going to go. Like Nick said, I'll take the over on what Nick said with his bet. I think Butler is going to snap next game tomorrow. I think he's going to do something that we haven't seen before. A lot of crazy things coming from him. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the power of Butler himself is going to be enough to outtake the Celtics.
Now listen, after game 3, all the Boston Celtics players are saying, "Don't let us get one." And they've won the last 2 games in great fashion. It just hasn't been close. And the big thing is going to be you live and die by the 3. Game 1, he had 16 threes to Boston's 10. Game 3, Miami had 19 to Boston's 11. In the last 2 games, Boston has won that battle there with 18 threes to Miami's 8. And then they won 19 to, they won 16 to Miami's 9. 4 of the Celtics starters had 21 or more in the last game after getting blown out. And I actually, you know what? I'm going to come out and say this. I think the Celtics are going to be the first team to come back from 3-0. And they are the more talented team. And I just don't know if Miami right now is capable of keeping up with these deep balls. I just don't know who's going to be guarding on the perimeter there. Jimmy can't do that himself. He has to have help. And I think now Miami is in their own heads. You know, you have a 3-0 lead. You're like, okay, right. If you lose one, fine. We have a 3-1 lead. But if you lose that, you have a 3-2 lead. And now you only have 1 game up on somebody. And now it's in the back of your mind, like, okay, you know, you have somewhat of doubt there. And sure, they're not going to say they're going to lose the next game, but it's still in the back of their head. You lose game 6, you go back to Boston for game 7, and you saw what Boston did to Philly in 7. Like, the reminder here, there's only been 1 time in MLB postseason history that a team has came back down from 3-0 in the playoffs. And wouldn't you believe it? It was Boston.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you know, yeah, the Celtics went on a tear the last 2 games. Defense looked great. The only thing is, the last game, Marcus Smart had 23 points. Marcus Smart doesn't have over 15 points in a game. He's a defensive player. You know, and they held Jimmy Buckets to 14. You don't do that again. It's not happening. I think the Heat get it done in game 6. It's over with in Miami, and you're looking at a tear of Jimmy Butler going off in the NBA Finals. So, Tyler, what do you got going on over there?
I mean, Celtics said, "Don't let them win one." Now they're hot. That's gonna be tough. But I think they're going back to Miami, and Jimmy Butler's not gonna let them lose again. It's gonna be like the practice squad all over again.
Oh.
I think the Heat are gonna take it, but man, I don't know. The Celtics are scary.
They are.
They
Yeah.
are scary. Yeah, I won't deny that the Celtics are a scary team, but I just feel like that Willa Butler, man, he wants it.
It's not Jimmy Butler, that's James Butler.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely you know, this actually turned out to be a pretty good Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I still thought
It's
that
the
Sixers,
bubble finals, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I still thought the Sixers Celtics would have been a better finals, but Doc Rivers sucked. He didn't deserve to do anything. And so that's going to lead us into our last one, Dubs and Chugs. All right, so leading off tonight's games, we got Giants versus Brewers.
Yeah, give me the Giants. I feel confident.
All right, well, I think it's a pretty even pitching matchup that day, and I think the bats in Milwaukee are just a little bit better, and they're going to be playing in Milwaukee, so I had the Brewers winning that one.
I'm gonna take the Brewers as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick on that train. I'm gonna go with the Brewers in that game. They're at home. I think they get it done. I will mention Tyler's been to Milwaukee to watch that game, so I think that's a little biased. But
I have.
We'll go to the next
Couple
game.
times.
The Blue Jays versus Twins.
Give me the Blue Jays. I know that I believe they're playing at the Twins, but even still, Blue Jays are a pretty good ball team. Give me the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it's going to be Gossman versus Varland that day. While Gossman does have an advantage in ERA by a whole run, Varland's only pitched 28 innings. However, I do think the bats are better with Toronto, and the best batting average for the Twins right now is .238. So I have the Blue Jays winning that game.
I'll go against the grain a little bit, and I'll take the Twins on this one.
Ooh, Twins at home.
Keep Varland undefeated.
Love it.
Let's get
I'm gonna go Blue Jays in this one. Last game for Friday, Pirates versus Mariners.
At the Mariners, right?
Yes, just so you know, Christian, every time the last team I say is going to be the home team.
Shut up. Yeah, give me the Mariners.
Yeah, it's going to be a good pitching duel, I feel. Yeah, Keller and Kirby, you have like 2.3 and a 2.6 ERA respectively there. This is going to come down to the bats. Here's a fun fact for you. McCutchen leads the Pirates in home runs this year. Wouldn't have guessed that, but I think the bats are just better in Seattle, and it's in Seattle, so I have the Mariners winning.
Yeah. How about McCutcheon going to the Pirates and like his career is back on track?
Go
It's
back home.
frustrating, right?
It
Yeah.
is.
But I like the Mariners though too. At Mariners at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the train going on this, and I'm gonna pick the Mariners for that one also. So that gets us into Saturday's games. We'll start with the Phillies versus the Braves, and yes, Christian, it's in Atlanta.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, I mean, we're all Phillies fans here, but I'm gonna go with the Braves. I mean, the Braves are looking good. Acuna's got one of the best batting averages in MLB. Uh, and we're not. I mean, it's at Atlanta, so even though it's gonna be probably a high-scoring game, more likely the over on the game, I'm gonna probably take Atlanta still.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Wheeler has not been performing that well this year. He's on the mound for that game. He's facing Morton in Atlanta. Both teams have great bats. We saw in the first game in this series that the bats were just hot. It's just going back and forth and back and forth. I will give Wheeler the benefit of the doubt and say that he pitches a better game today or tomorrow, I guess, and then the Phillies win on the road there.
Yeah. I like that. I think Wheeler has been struggling, but also Trey Turner's been struggling. And it looks like he might be catching fire. So I'm gonna take the Phillies
Hunger
at
Games
the
again.
Braves.
Yeah, again, I'm going Phillies in Atlanta to win that game. So it gets us to our next game, White Sox versus Tigers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the White Sox. Just feel like they're the better ball club right now. It's just what I'm gonna roll with. I'm just gonna roll with the White Sox. Don't know much about either team to be completely honest, but I'm still gonna go with the White Sox.
Yeah, thanks for admitting it at least. Both teams have had a mediocre season so far. You have Lorenzen, who's one of the most swole pitchers in all of baseball. He's making his start, and the White Sox haven't even announced who they're starting yet. I'm still undetermined. Nonetheless, I think Detroit takes this one. I feel like they are the better ball club, and I think they will win this in Detroit as well.
I'm gonna take Detroit too. Hey, you take the money line, it's almost like taking the spread right now, minus 111. So not a bad pick.
Ooh. Yeah, so I shouldn't do it, but I'm on the side of Christian. I'm gonna take the White Sox to take this one over in Detroit. Leads us off to our last game on Saturday is the Rangers versus the Orioles.
Yeah, as I already came through and stated, guys, in Goldie's locks, give me the Rangers. They're gonna take the dub over there at Baltimore.
I really love this young Orioles team. I love Mountcastle. I love Rushman. I think they're going to be studs. I just think the Rangers team is just a better team all around. They've been batting phenomenally this year, so I had the Rangers winning this one.
Tyler.
I'm gonna take the Orioles at home, dude. Like the Orioles at home. Like you said, good young Orioles team. They're about the same in record with the Rangers, but I like them young.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with the Rangers bats. They've been hot. They're great, but Orioles take this at home. I think they take the series. Going into Sunday or last day, we got the Dodgers versus the Rays. Now that is going to be a matchup of the weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good matchup. And I think oh no, it's Sunday, so it's different. But I think I'm gonna take the Rays at home. And I might even go as far as take them on the run line, which is probably a -1.5 run line. I really like the Rays at home. I feel like they're just gonna get the job done. Rays are really hot this year.
We're going to get a nice rematch of the 2020 World Series. Possible World Series this year. Who knows? They're both good ball clubs. Stone's coming in with a 10 ERA. However, he's only pitched 8 innings. That doesn't really count that much, I think. But the Rays have been crushing the ball, and then even at home, they've been crushing the ball. So I think the Rays are going to win this one as well.
Yeah, I like the Rays too. Yeah, I mean, probably the hottest team in baseball, and they're at home. I'm gonna take them. You got an experienced pitcher over not so much. I'll take them.
Yeah, I don't know if I have something against the Rays or not this year. I mean, they're a great ball team. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I'm taking the hot bats in LA. Dodgers are going to take that game. Going into our next game, Cardinals versus Guardians.
Give me the Cardinals. I feel like the Cards are getting kind of hot right now. Guardians. I mean, they're not a horrible team, but they're nothing. They're nothing crazy. I really like the Cardinals here on this one.
Yeah, I only picked this game because Nick said the Cardinals wouldn't lose more than one, and they lost 2 to the Reds already this week. I think again this is going to be an evenly matched pitching battle, but the Cardinals have the better bats, so I have Cardinals winning this one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the Cardinals too. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a tough one, but I have to stay with my hot take, and I will go with the Cardinals winning winning that game in Cleveland. So that's our last game on Sunday is the Astros versus the A's.
So is this much of a question, or is this kind of give me the Astros? Give me the Astros.
Yeah, Astros win this easily. The A's are 10-43 right now, and their starters has a 6.45 ERA. This is the game. Only reason I picked this one because I had this one on no hitter watch. Javier has been the starter in the last 2 no hitters: World Series versus Phillies and regular season versus Yankees. Those are 2 great batting teams last year. I think Alvarez leads the team in all 3 Triple Crown categories too. But yeah, I think Astros win this easy.
Yeah, dude, it's no question. Astros. The A's are about to not even be playing in Oakland anymore. They're about to be in Vegas.
Yeah, so
Astros.
I think we're actually gonna get a lot of Astros fans over in Oakland. I think you might end up seeing 9,000 fans there. It's gonna be crazy over there. But I think the A's are gonna steal one from them. I think it's gonna happen. So that's gonna bring us into our tiebreaker where we guess the score of a certain game. We got the Red Sox versus the Diamondbacks.
5-7 Red Sox.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are super hot right now. They lost only 1 game last week. I said they would lose 0, but they didn't. They've won 9 of their last 12, and I think they beat the Red Sox 6-4 at home.
Yeah, I'll take the backs also, and we'll say 4-1.
I am actually gonna go Red Sox beating Diamondbacks 4-3. I think they get it done in Arizona, but I guess we'll see. So that's gonna end this. Tyler, I appreciate you coming on. Love it.
I
Love
appreciate
your
having me.
predictions. They look great. I hope they come true. They're the same, pretty much the same as mine. But as always,
so does my bank account.
As always, we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Happy Friday.
We dive into the game from hoops to gridiron, analyzing every play like we were the champion. With witty banter and humor, we keep it fun. HTP fam, we always bring the #1. Highlight taking pockets, we taking over the scene. We drop dubs and chugs, living the sports dream. From hot takes to deep dive, it's a winning regime. Come join the hype, we not just blowing steam.